Hi guys, the energy that I've been experiencing recently has caused me to think a little bit more about how we align ourselves with frequency and which practices we choose to use in order to do that. We chose to incarnate into a body that would be appropriate for the needs of our spiritual growth, and that body will send us signals and messages as to how we can find a practice that is best suited to us. So, do you prefer physical practices such as yoga and martial arts and breath work or surfing or dancing? Or do you prefer contemplative and creative ones such as meditation, artwork and writing? Do you feel comfortable with a balance of both, or do you find that certain practices drain your energy rather than give you more? If you find that some practices make you feel uncomfortable or frustrated, then that's probably because you're not currently aligned with them. Doesn't mean that at some point you won't be. There's plenty of things that I wouldn't have undertaken or found resonated with me years ago that do now, and they are very useful tools, but I had to come to a point where I was comfortable to work with that and that kind of energy. By tuning into our bodies and listening to our gut, we can better align ourselves with practices that are going to serve us best. We see this in the macrocosm by the frequencies of different dimensions. What we are able to access energetically or through the astral plane depends on which frequencies we align ourselves with. That occurs in different dimensions too. You sometimes see or experience entities or beings that you wouldn't expect to be in certain dimensions there, and that for them is also to do with the frequency that they've put out, which will usually depend upon their spiritual growth. So I don't think we should ever assume that a certain being or a certain type of being belongs in a certain place, because it really depends on what they've learned through their incarnation. We have the choice of what we create by where we choose to tune into and give our attention, and that plays out with manifestation as well. So if you are constantly in a pattern of negative thoughts about yourself or about your situation or the external world, then you're going to feed that negativity out to the universe. So when you choose to align yourself, sometimes it takes a lot of practice to do this, but by aligning yourself with practices and thought processes that put you in a more joyful state and a more grateful way of looking at your life and your external world, then that's also what you're going to draw back to you. I am posting a meditation to step into that energy of manifestation from joy and from unconditional love to helpfully bring in more of that joy and abundance. So if you feel that that's something for you, it'll be available on YouTube. Thanks everyone.